What's up, Diehards? It's your boy E Room. You got State in the house here, and we got a special guest here. We got Mr. Danny B. We're just gonna go crazy right now, man, because we just finished this Knicks game, and I guess we can get our first reactions, man. Did you get a chance to watch this game, Danny?
Yes, sir. That's why I was a little late to to join the group here. But yeah, man, I definitely I got a lot to say, man. Where do you want to start? We got so much to talk about. I know State wants to talk about Tibbs. I know I want to talk about Tibbs. I'm down to talk about Tibbs. I'm down to talk about it all, man.
Yep. Well, let's start it off with Tibbs, man. Did you see what Tibbs did at the end? He put Julius Randle in there back. It was like a minute and 44 seconds left. No, a minute and 14 seconds left. He puts Julius back in. Then 37 seconds left in the game. He puts Kemba back in. So I don't see what the strategy was. Maybe it was for free throws. I mean, like,
that's what I was thinking. Honestly, the first time that Randall got fouled and he was taking those free throws, I forget how much time was left. There was definitely less than 2 minutes. But maybe it was at the 37-second mark. I don't remember. But that first time that he got fouled there, and I'm like, look, because my brother was over here. I'm looking at him like, he's like 50-50. And then, of course, you hear Kenny saying, oh, he's 76% from the line. I'm like, either way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then what happened? He got one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so maybe that's what he was thinking with the free throws. But it definitely could have gone down a lot different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, say the Lakers just hit 1-3 at the end there, and it's a whole different game. So it's just tough, man. What sucks is let me ask you guys, what do you guys feel like was the start of the decline? Like where we started going backwards or taking the foot off?
In this game?
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I got lots to talk about this game.
Well, what you got, State? What do you think was the turning point as far as us taking the foot off their necks?
Evan Fournier, man. Because I told you the first part of this, the first quarter, I was actually on a dinner date, so I apologize. And then I watched from the second quarter on, and
you missed the whole.
I missed the first quarter, but I watched the second quarter and on, and yeah, honestly, I don't really want to. I hate when I gotta blame players, so I'm not gonna really kind of blame players for the night. I just put it on Tibbs. It's the rotations, and I was a bit confused when he only ran 9 people in the first half. I was a bit stumped at that. I'm still a bit stumped at Tibbs' rotations during games.
Yeah.
And I'm still stumped at, how are we going to consistently? If the one thing I notice about this team starting 5, we always have at least 2 players from the starting 5 who have horrible games when the other 3 have great games. It's very annoying. So I think Tibbs needs to find the balance of how to get these guys shots, knowing when to get these guys shots, because Randall and Evan Fournier work very well together. Randall and Kemba works when Randall is rolling to the rim. Not this the secret
quarter,
issue. Oh, go ahead.
You missed a good chunk because that first quarter, we were rolling, bro. We came out to a 10-0. I'm going to give you like a little morning drive preview real quick, bro.
Oh, please do. So real quick, I see when it said 10-0. And I said, what the hell? So, all right, go ahead.
Nah, man. So, yeah, dude, the first quarter, we were rolling, bro. We came out to a 10-0 start. Fournier was hitting. Even RJ hit a couple of threes. Everybody scored. Like, literally, every starter scored, I want to say, within the first 4 minutes of the game. So, it didn't look like any game, honestly, in the last few weeks. Like, it looked like more of a game from the first few games of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't look like there was chemistry issues. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was sharing the ball. Everybody was moving. Like, and that's what works, bro. Like, I was just telling my brother, I'm getting so, like, tired of saying the same thing because these last 5 games, it's 6, 7, 8, 9 games. It's been the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we have the ball, it's so much ISO. And there's no off-ball movement, and we're not driving and creating any collapses on. It's the same thing. If we just fix those things, good things happen, and that's exactly what we did in the first quarter with the starters. You know what I'm saying? And then Tibbs trickled in. The guys from the bench, IQ, Burks, and just obviously it just kept going, bro. I think we had 36 in the first quarter. And it just it wasn't any. It just to me, it's like right. You can live and die by the three, and that first quarter it was working for us, but it was working for us because we were doing all the right things to create the timing for us to have enough poise to take the shot where it's not forced, it's not rushed, and that's why they were going in. Kemba was driving to the hoop and finding the lanes, and when he's driving, it's collapsing the D. People are moving. You can dish it. You know what I mean? You see so many plays where Kemba's got the ball and he's just dribbling it around, and dribbling his legs off. Where I saw somebody comment that earlier, and he just gets lost. And it's like I feel like at times he's dribbling to buy himself time to kind of think, but it's like that's when you got to move. You know what I mean? And move to an open area just to create some type of movement on the D. Even if it's the littlest bit, and you could find somebody in the post, it's creating something. And that first quarter, man, was just everything, dude. I felt like, and I said this in a post too, everybody played their role to a T. You know what I'm saying? Like Julius was the main guy. He was kicking it out. Everybody was moving for each other, off ball, creating open shots. Evan had 2 beautiful shots. He had that 1-2, that 1-3, I should say, in the corner where he fades into the bench. That 3, I feel like every time I see him do that motion, it's going in. You know what I mean? And it's just everything clicked, bro. And then I want to say halfway in the second quarter, you see the Lakers roll out a zone. And all of a sudden, the ball movement stops. And we start going ISO again. And this is probably right where you started tuning in because
it's exactly what
you didn't see that first quarter where everything clicked, bro. And it's like, no, we didn't have the problems. Like literally.
So we gotta blame State. We gotta blame State for the loss then. For the near loss,
It's the zone, bro. We die with the zone. You know what I mean? I don't get it. We fall back into such an ISO game, and people stop moving, and nothing good comes out of it.
So I see here that so when I got into the game, right, Randall and Barrett was like 2 for 8, shooting us out the game, literally. And there's been times this season. I don't know if this is going to be a trend. It was a trend last season. It's looking like it's going to be a trend this season. The Emmanuel Quickly Alec Burks combo, aka I'm gonna just call them cleanup crew. I'm about to just start calling them the cleanup crew because these guys come in the game and they erase leads that other teams have against us. They erase the lead last game. Right against the Bulls, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
They erased the lead of the game prior. We have one of the best benches in the NBA, and shout outs to Alec Burks. The other game he had 25, 5 and 5 steals. I believe he had 5 or 6 steals, but he's been playing a role. Yes, and he's been playing a role that suits him. So what I noticed, and I think Diehard pointed this out to me. I think it was like 4 or 5 games ago, and it so happens 4 or 5 games ago, Alec Burks started doing well. Thibodeau changed his role completely. So now you see Burks on ball, and you see IQ and Rose off ball, and Burks look comfortable on ball. So he's playing so well, and Quickly's playing so well. It's just so alarming that, a Kemba Walker bad game. We could just pray that it's not an Alfred Payton bad game. But we have to get a starting point guard.
Now that's the thing, man. That's the thing, right? Because you see guys like Bondi that were saying earlier this morning. I don't know if you guys seen that. He was talking about, man, I'm losing my track here, man. I'm losing my track. Tell me you guys even seen it. You seen the video?
Yeah, I saw the video. I'm not a fan of Bondi. I got him blocked. I actually got Bondi blocked on my Twitter, man.
You got Bondi? Yo, Bondi is elite now, bro.
Really?
Yes.
Truthfully, I don't want to hear nothing that guy got to say, man. Because it was at one point that he was just he's just saying a lot of garbage, man. To me, he's not really a fan. He's just looking to try to say something. But I did hear what he had to say. But
he was talking about upgrading the roster.
Yeah. it's just more drama to me, man. But what I want to
That's
point
how
out
I see it.
is that Chicago game at the beginning of the third quarter. I made a podcast about it. Just all of a sudden we started going just going to Kemba Walker, having those little picks and stuff, making them go around picks, and then that third quarter he was able to help us get the lead back and maintain the lead, and then they take him out and like I think like 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and then we never seen him again. So this is the problem that I have with Tibbs is that we have these different options in the way of playing basketball, and he'll go to it and then he'll forget about it.
Right.
That drives me crazy. It tells me that he doesn't have like a grasp of the roster. He doesn't understand the personnel that we have. Because how long did it take? We just mentioned Burks. How long did it take for him to understand that we need to have Burks being the lead guy? Coming off the bench. Because he did it last year. Why didn't we go for it? To start this year. Those are our strengths.
Right.
So it's just odd to me, man, that the Tom Thibodeau's game plan from game to game, and then you guys also mentioned too, we only played 9 guys. The ninth guy only played 5 minutes. That was Quentin Grimes. So I don't know what Tom Thibodeau's doing out there.
He got trickled in. Well, I mean, with Rose out, you know what I mean? There was an opportunity for extra minutes, and I guess that's where you see Grimes come in for those 5. But you know how Tibbs got towards the end of last season in terms of really staying with a select few and not really moving too much out from there, so I feel like you're kind of seeing that a little bit already now, and I feel like it doesn't have to happen yet. I feel like you could still mix things up a little bit, you know what I mean? We're still early in the season, and we're not doing bad. We're what, 10-8 now, so you compare it to everybody else in the league. Everybody else is still figuring it out for the most part too,
Look at those Lakers, man.
Playing, you saw them get blown out last night. Every game, everybody's got their games. So I just think it's too early, and we've been playing up and down to the competition, and we got a stretch here now where we have a lot of tough games ahead of us, right? So if we're playing up and down to the competition and we got a stretch of tough games where we're playing good teams, we're going to be playing a good stretch of playing up to the competition. So hopefully that kind of helps us and gives us, a basis to, put our foot down, really stake our claim and figure it out what works. And I feel like from game to game, we're seeing, pieces, whether it's in the first quarter, whether it's in the second quarter. Obviously, we know it's not in the third quarter, but we got to really close out quarters better, man. And we got to figure out how to get over that hump. There was a point last season where I want to say it was right before All-Star break, right before or after, where we would get into a rhythm where we did much like tonight, where we'd get into, a good pattern. We'd get some points going and we'd create a good lead. And then at some point in that game, there would be collapses. And there was a good stretch last season where this happened, right? And we would let the games get close and then we would lose them. And at some point in the season, it clicked and we figured out exactly what we needed to do to stop that. And it almost happened like overnight. One game we were doing it nonstop, but then all of a sudden we stopped and we just stopped doing it. And I feel like that's what we got to figure out this season is how to do that, So where we see it, our successes in the first quarter, we got to figure out how to, keep that moving. So the Lakers went to a zone. They're not going to be the first. They're not going to be the last. You know what I mean? We got to figure out how to break that out with the guys that we have now. So to what State was saying earlier, where even if Kemba has an off night, it's still not going to be as bad as if it was EP last season, and that actually brings me to a point that I was thinking about earlier, and that's starters are just that, right? They're just starters. Like it doesn't really mean much other than you're just starting the game. Like we saw Alfred Payton last year. How many games did he start? He played the first 7 minutes, gets pulled, and then that's pretty much it for for the rest of the game.
For the rest of the game, yeah.
And obviously it happened more and more towards the end of the season. But what I'm saying is like just because RJ Barrett started, that doesn't mean that he's going to be guaranteed minutes in clutch time or in big parts of the game. You've seen he was on the bench at the end of the game. You know what I mean, for the most part. So it's like I feel like at some point Tibbs is starting to realize he's got to go to the guys that are hot, and I feel like he hasn't been doing that at times. Obviously, there's been games in the last week where you get guys like Obi who get into a rhythm. You get guys like Kemba who got into a rhythm against Chicago and then just didn't get put back in. So it's like I feel like he's starting to kind of feel that out, and this is elementary, right? The way that we're talking about it. So I'm sure there's a lot higher levels of thinking and going about it, but I think that it's you're seeing more things starting to click and more often. So I feel like it's just a matter of time before we really figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
So I need him to hurry up and figure it out.
I'm with
because
our blood pressure relies on it.
my blood pressure when I see Nerlens Noel playing 39 minutes, brother, and I know Mitchell Robinson is made of paper towels, and you don't even try to put Sims on the floor. I mean, that's kind of alarming to me.
You know what that says though, right? Because you got to ask yourself then why.
It's funny because I had to ask myself last season, why was Alfred Payton playing? So I can only just.
You're right.
assume.
I can't take that away from you because the entire Knicks fan community was wondering what there's got to be something in his contract. Like, how is he? You know what I'm saying? So I get where you're coming from there, but at the same time, it's like you gotta think about it. You know, like why hasn't he gone to him? Maybe he's just not mentally 100% ready for the things that are going to get thrown at him, you know what I mean, at the NBA level right now. So he doesn't want to get out, have him get out there and then get killed, and his morale gets, killed with it along with it. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I guess he just needs some more crafting, but that kind of sucks because I was thinking we could rely on him, you know what I mean, as that fourth guy. Like at the end of last season, we were looking at John Henson and what's the other guy's name that we actually brought over?
North Pele?
Yeah, Pele. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, that's obviously still something they're going to keep in mind, you know what I mean, down the stretch. So it kind of sucks that Sims isn't ready to kind of fill that role so we don't have to go looking elsewhere yet. But it is what it is.
At the same time, he was calling Sims' name like all year. I think in the first game of the season, he was calling Sims. So what was so different about tonight that you couldn't call Sims' name? Because, I mean, you obviously trust him to be in certain positions.
You know what? Listen, I'm a little slow tonight because I've been drinking and I've been smoking. But this is why, bro. Because Anthony Davis is a freaking monster. He was grabbing boards left and right, bro. Offensive boards. Like, he was taking a lot of opportunities away from us and keeping them alive,
But wouldn't you, as a coach, feel like, to Diehard's point, wouldn't you want to just throw out Sims out there for the experience? Because that is Anthony Davis. And I mean, you want to give him some confidence. So it's just the little things like.
Well, Anthony Davis only had 6 rebounds, though.
Even so, he was still up on those boards, man. His presence in that paint. I can't believe that he only had 6 rebounds because I didn't look at the stat line. But from what I was seeing, he was.
You said he kept tapping. His presence.
He was. Yeah, dude, he was a big force in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that third quarter, what Westbrook was cooking. AD was killing it on defense. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if Sims gets thrown in there, I don't want him to get 8. And I'm not saying he would. I don't want that to come across like that. But I don't know. Maybe that's what the Tibbs is thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to think, like, what reasons,
So,
you're going to stick with 39 minutes? I'm with you, bro. That's a lot of minutes, man.
So I would like to throw this at y'all too, right? Because Danny, I believe I spoke to you and I said to you, if the Knicks don't shoot 30+ threes per game this season, Tibbs is a failure. And I see that we shot we made 15 of 34 threes. Impressive. The thing that I'm not impressed with is the 23 assists. I know this team could be top 5 in the league in assists. I know it.
When we're throwing that ball around, man, that's when we play the best. You know what I'm saying? And how much fun is it to watch the team when they're playing like that?
So I'm looking, and I need Diehard to come to the altar because me and you, Danny, we was cool. We was even killed on Obi Toppin. Like we was even killed. That man right there in that corner right there, with that right there, he was destroying Obi. So I'm gonna need you. What's your assessment? What's your assessment?
But Obi deserves to get killed, man. He only had 4 rebounds tonight in 22 minutes. He didn't get those 4 rebounds up until into the second half. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So him getting these dunks and stuff like that. That's what we needed tonight because the Lakers weren't really playing so great tonight. I don't understand why Obi Toppin didn't play.
They didn't have a lot of energy.
Yeah, there was no reason for Nerlens Noel. How many times in this game against the Lakers that Nerlens Noel ended up with the ball at the end of every play? Like the end of the play was Burke doing a shovel pass to Nerlens to get Nerlens a layup. How many of those did he blow? So if that was the case, then why not put Obi Toppin in that position to be that receiver? If that's what's gonna happen, So
Right.
that was driving me crazy, man. 39 minutes for him is way too much, especially
a
for
lot.
he plays very well, like kind of like off the ball on defense, kind of like team defense, that type of thing.
Yes.
But just the opportunities that we could have had scoring the ball, I just don't understand why Obi Toppin only played 22 minutes, man.
I'm looking at that, and like I said, I'm trying to be more of like a devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to state the opposite, but they're a big team, man. Lakers are a big team. You know what I'm saying? So Tibbs ain't gonna go small ball too often. You know what I mean? Because that would at least alleviate some minutes from Nerlens. You know what I'm saying? Give some to Obi and let Obi and Drew split it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But clearly he didn't go that route. So I'm thinking maybe Lakers are a big team, man. You know what I'm saying? Howard had some big plays in there too. And like I said, AD, I'm so surprised, man. Like that's crazy. He only had 6 rebounds, man.
Yeah, he only had 6. He didn't have any blocks or anything like that.
Crazy.
No blocks,
bro.
no steals.
His presence, he was killing it, man. I just think that was, I don't know. I'm definitely with you on that, but how else do we go about it? You know what I mean? Because you got to remember too, Rose is out, so you got to find a balance in terms of energy. That's why I kind of like Obi, because I feel like he brings that energy. You know what I'm saying? He rim runs, yes, but even so, like the hustle that he gives you on D at the same time, it's just, I don't know, it's explosive. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you feel his energy, and we need energy so bad. I mean, that's why I think we came out so hot in this game. It's like you got these guys who, you got Randall, of course, playing against the Lakers. You know what I mean? You got Melo coming back to the Garden. You got a bunch of stars on the other team. You want to compete, and show you're the top dog. I get that, but that died, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we came out in the third, still not great. We weren't flat like bad, but we didn't have energy. Like, you got to come out, because we came out in the second too with some energy.
Yeah.
The top of the second started with some energy too, and I feel like that's what we got to come out with. Even if we're not hitting the shots, man, you got to hustle the hell back on D, man, and got to keep moving, man. Active hands. We had that first quarter, man. We had so many steals. We forced so many turnovers. Man, I want to say Lakers had 3 turnovers in that first quarter. I think we had 2 steals.
But that goes to show you that when our wing rotation competes, we can win games. When RJ and those guys compete
like that, we could win games all day. That's how we did it last year. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. And I feel like maybe there's a point in the game too where Julius kind of took his foot off the gas, because that first quarter, man, that first quarter, he looked like last year, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He didn't hesitate. Didn't hesitate on taking his shot. He didn't hesitate getting rid of the ball the second he saw a second guy come over. Like the little things that we've been pointing out for the last 6 to 9 games now, he did not do. Like, it just, if we could just get that more, man, we're good. I'm telling you, we're good. And I just feel like he stopped doing that in that, at some point in this game.
Well, the ball was whipping around too, man. That ball, it not just Julius Randle. Anybody that got the ball, it was just whipping. So it's worth watching the replay of that first quarter alone just to see how
100%.
good. Yeah, the potential that we have as a team. Yeah,
and the second quarter, just because I want to see the film in terms of where the momentum starts shifting. You know what I mean, and why? Because that's big, man. Like that's something that pops up every game lately, man, and we got to figure that out.
I think one of the things that I really dislike with Tibbs when it comes to Obi Toppin, when it comes to RJ Barrett, is knowing when those two guys are rolling, and knowing when to keep them in the game and when to keep them out of the game.
Right.
There was times the past couple of games, and maybe I'd be harsh on Randall, but I love the guy. He's our team's best player, so you got to be harsh on the team's best player. But there was times in the last few games where Obi is hot. He's hot as a firecracker, and Tibbs pulls Obi literally.
Yeah, he gets shoved.
And he gets shoved, and we start losing the game, and then fans is looking at Randall like, my dude, you come in the game, now we're losing again, when it's really a team sport, but you're going to look at him because he's the team's best player.
Right. It's like he like I said earlier, he wasn't riding the hot hand. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was just going through his rotations like normal, and it's like we're in a game right now where we saw what was happening and working. Why would you stop now? You know? But you see that every game, you know what I mean? And both teams, you know what I mean? Everybody does something like that where you just stop going to the guy. You know, guy just hit 2 shots in a row and we call a timeout and take him out. Like,
Yeah, but
you
how
know,
many games down the stretch, the last few games that say Tom Thibodeau will put a guy in there ice cold. I feel like I forgot how many games ago it was, but he put Julius Randle in there with like 3 minutes left, and it was against Charlotte. You know, we were actually like playing pretty good, and then he puts him in there with like 3 minutes left. You know, asking them to win the game now, and then they already had all their starters in there for at least 5 minutes already. You know, so they already had it rolling. Then you put Julius Randle in there, like expecting him to just take it. You know, to take it over, and that's how we lost that game. You know,
Yeah.
if I was coaching the team, I would have not put Julius Randle back in the game at all. You know, because
it's
I
funny
felt
that
like
you
we were
brought that
banging with
game
them.
up.
Yeah.
It's funny that you brought that game up because there's a lot of similarities if you think about it. You know what I mean? In terms of a collapse, in terms of momentum shifting, in terms of the offense just stopping. You know what I mean? Just the little things. And we give up a lot of shitty baskets out of nowhere sometimes. You know what I mean? A lot of little weak plays, and they're not consistently strung together. They're just sprinkled in here and there, but it don't help. You know?
Yeah,
Just lost
that happens against Chicago. It happened tonight too. But the Lakers are playing pretty bad too, man. You
They
know, so like,
definitely are.
yeah, if they made some little shots that they missed down the stretch, they probably would have won this game.
Unless it was Westbrook, man. Like, dude, he had a triple double. Westbrook played decent. I'm not gonna say he didn't, but there was a point where I think he hit like 1 or 2 threes, and from there on out, he thought he could hit any shot.
No, he hit I think he hit the bank shot on Randall. I think he came down, he hit a bank shot on Randall, and then he came right back down and he shot another mid-range jumper. I'm like, damn, bro, move the ball.
Dude, so bad. And then in their last possessions, Westbrook took another 3. And in the last 2 possessions he had, he chucked up. Dude, you should not be taking a 3. How do you not know this by now? Like, you know, I would rather give it to AD for a 3. You know?
Yeah, if I was a Laker fan, I would be screaming my head off, man. Because every single play, it just seems like Westbrook come down, just chuck it. You know, he didn't even wait for the guys to get across the half court line, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I let him take the shot.
Yo,
I'm telling you, I knew something was up. I knew something was up because in the first quarter, RJ hit a 3, and I'm like, all right, let's go. RJ's hitting a 3. Westbrook went right back down and hit a 3 right after. I'm like, all right, something's up.
All right, something up. Yeah, can I ask y'all a question? If we had a point guard rotation of Russell Westbrook and Alfred Payton, who would make y'all more mad?
Yo,
I'm gonna say,
yo,
that's tough, man.
yeah, Danny. I think I would bench Westbrook and put Alfred in there.
It's tough, man, right? Because you're either going to be super pissed at Westbrook for taking too many shots and not dishing the ball, or you're going to be super pissed at Peyton for trying to score and not. So it's like, you know?
Can we segue that? Can we please segue that into our? I don't know if he's our point guard of the future. I don't know if he's our shooting guard of the future. I don't know, but I love Emmanuel quickly, man. I love that kid, man.
No, I like his hair. I like his hair out, bro.
No, I hate that hairstyle. Get the Kobe White hairstyle out of here.
Kobe's was bigger. Kobe's was bigger. But I liked it, man. I don't know. It gave me like
pause. Yo, nah, you crazy, man. But talk to me, man. What's up? Dog, I'll go with you first. Then Danny, I want to hear what you gotta say. But talk to me about man quickly, man. This kid's been he's been literally winning us games.
If he makes shots,
yeah,
if he makes shots,
and he's got the cojones to take them.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. But a lot of times too, he'd be running around like a chicken without a head. Like he wants to make a move. What annoys me with him is that he's just like programmed to make that shot fake immediately. You know, a lot of times the best shot was as soon as he got the ball. but he just programmed to get the ball fake and take one dribble and then shoot. He's programmed to do that. So I would like him to do just more catch and shoot stuff. But he's getting there, man. He's so close to being a good player that like it's making me salivate, but he's not quite there yet. He's almost there.
With you. Totally agree with you. I think you had a great point there, man, where I feel like that type of shot that he does, right, the fake step, and then shoot it, I feel like it's become so robotic that he's not in the flow of the game almost. It's like almost a forced shot, and you don't want to see that happen. You want to see it flow a little bit more, So I'm definitely with you on that. But man, he's been so good lately. You know what I mean? You've been able to rely on him, in crunch time, which is huge, and he's got smarts too, man. I want to say with like maybe like 4 minutes or so left in the game, after he hit one of those threes, at the second the Lakers went back and either they missed or they scored or whatever, the second you see them, us gather the ball, you see a man quickly start going like, hush down, like relax, like slow the pace down, like we got to start burning the clock. You know what I'm saying? We're up 9, we're up 6, we're up 9, we're up 12. Like we're getting these stops. We got to kill the clock. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of the first guys that I noticed right away that was like, chill. You know what I'm saying? I seen Fournier, realize it later, but IQ was the first one I noticed. He's just, man, he's good. He's good, and he's only gonna get better.
So quickly, hit 4 threes in the fourth quarter when he helped us build the lead. And quickly is now 24 for his last 52 from deep, but it's 46% from 3. That he's an amazing draft pick. I'm glad we picked him up where we got him. And he reminds me of, if I'm going back to the early 2000s, I'm talking early 2000s basketball or early 2010s. He reminds me of like a Bobby Jackson, Mike Bibby, prime Avery Bradley, like those gritty guards who can score from the 3-point line, who can score on all 3 levels. He reminds me of those type of guards, and you can win with him. I just think his playmaking is annoying at times, but it's way better than from what it was last year. Like last year, literally people were saying, yo, he's ball hogging, he's this, that, and third. I was one of those people too, but I was harsh on Quickly too. I apologize to Quickly or whatever, but this year it looks way better. It looks cleaned up. He doesn't miss Obi on a lot of them alley-oops. Even Burks found Obi. I think he found Obi on a cut to the rim.
Yeah,
I think
it's like a backdoor kind of thing.
But there's still moments that we're missing Obi, man. Like there was one play where I seen Burks was about to be passed the ball, and Obi's just cutting right down, man. And he had a good foot and a half on his guy. You know what I'm saying? And Burks, this is the way I'm thinking, right? If you're about to be passed the ball, before you're looking at the ball, you should be looking at everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that way you know what you're doing when you get the ball. You know what I'm saying? So like right away, as I see the ball being passed to Burks, I'm just thinking like, please hit him. You know what I'm saying? And of course he didn't, and I get it, but he hit him that other time. So I mean, it's like, listen, you can't have it every single time that you want it, but they're getting better at it. They're definitely getting better at finding them consistently.
Yeah,
and we need that. Watching tape and stuff. Mitch ain't healthy all the time, so we don't have that lob threat. But I feel like Obi brings it,
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for Tom Thibodeau because we do have a lot of talent on this team. There's a lot for him to figure out. He has certain guys that he trusts. Quickly is one of those guys. A bunch of a couple. Burks is one of the guys he trusts too. But he just it just comes down to Tom Thibodeau just trying to figure out. Who like we said earlier, who has it at a certain particular time today? Like we didn't run RJ today. We didn't run RJ down in the fourth. So. But with Joby, it just comes back to Randall coming in with a minute something left and Walker. It's just weird. We'll go to one way and we'll never see it again. Grimes came in for 5 minutes and then we didn't see him again. Notice the world was getting killed on the inside. He missed a few shots in a row, but he kept him in there for 39 minutes. It's just kind of like an endless cycle. We do so many good things. Yeah. We do so many good things out there, but it's never consistent from any aspect of this game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like as you were saying this, right, it kind of hit me. I'm thinking maybe Tibbs is actually thinking that he is tinkering with things in his own little way, but at the same time, you got to realize that Tibbs is a win now coach.
Right.
So he's got to balance both of those things. He's got to balance being able to make sure that he gets the win and keep his team on track, and at the same time, still be able to tinker with things, you know? So, like, yes, he does. And, you know, he has been going to certain guys and not riding the hot hand. But I feel like, what was that game? I think 2 or 3 games ago where he kept the bench out the entire fourth quarter.
Right.
So maybe in his head, I'm trying something different. I didn't go back to my starters. You know what I mean? I feel like little things, like even today, right? He look at the guys that he chose to close out the game with, you know, and yeah, he brought Randall back in at certain points, but he didn't ride him in that period where we needed, you know. Look at the guys that were out there. So I'm thinking maybe Tibbs is trying to tinker things here and there, but it's not enough. You know what I mean? Like, we want more. Like, that's just how we are, you know.
Yeah.
And plus, I feel like you could do it a little bit more, you know. But that's us, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not
It's
coaching
a
the game.
Yeah, it's a psychological thing too, man. Because you don't want to kill guys' confidence. You want to make a point certain times, like when you bench the whole starting lineup, like you were saying. You know, you got to make a point. You know, make a stand at certain different times too. But
Yeah.
the answers for all of our problems are right on the roster, though. You know, everything is in the coaching staff, the work that we do, all the answers are right on the roster. You know, so we were talking about this earlier, man. So Danny, do you think that we're a candidate for a trade, or do we need a trade, or some type of movement? You know, player movement. Do you think we need anything like that?
Right now, I say no, just because I think it's still too early to tell. Right? I look at it as like we would know what we got. I don't think it's so much of a player adjustment that needs to be made in terms of trades or whatever. I think it's more straight up mental. Like last year, Tibbs got the most out of every single guy on the roster, and that's not happening right now. So everybody's gonna have to look in the mirror. Everybody's gonna have to buy in the same way that we did last year. You know what I'm saying? And what comes out of that, you see it reflect on the court. Every single person gives 1,000% on both sides of the ball, and that's what we need. You know what I mean? If you see it, you know what I'm saying. If we don't have the energy, we're flat. We're not going to be doing nothing. Teams are we're going to be going back and forth. Most likely, we'll hit a run where and the other team will hit a run, and it's up in the air. If we just play straight up, solid, 1,000% effort, both sides of the ball, we come out like we did in the first quarter, last night. But we play like that the whole game. And we were doing that at stretches last year. That's what got us into the playoffs to begin with. Unfortunately, we didn't do that either in the playoffs, and that's why the results came out the way they did. But I think that's needed right now, and I feel like if you could take, say, the next 5 to 7 games and instill this into the team, and then you don't see it, and you're starting to see more trends. Certain guys are just being lazy; they're not giving efforts. You know what I'm saying? If you could literally pick that out, I feel like then you could say, all right, maybe we got to change something up, and see what's out there. But right now, I think it's more of a mentality thing. You know what I'm saying? We need everybody to buy in. When you get a report come out, like you saw the other day, that somebody's talking to, the coach, and they're not happy or whatever, like, you didn't see that last year, regardless of if we know who it is, or if they don't tell us, like, obviously we know. But you didn't see that last year, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's got to be something's up, you know what I mean? And everybody's got to buy in. I think everybody's got to look in the mirror, and there's got to be a hard team meeting that kind of brings everybody in. Something's got to be the piece that brings everybody in, And that was Rose last year, you know what I'm saying? Everything clicked when Rose came in. So maybe I'm off a little bit, and we do need somebody else to, come in and bring that spark. I don't know. I think right this second, though, it's tough to say that's exactly what it is.
So, Dow, you want to go before me, or you want me to go first?
Well, I just wanted to add, just when we got Derrick Rose, it's kind of like a lightning in the bottle, because it was everything that we needed once we got him, and we only traded him for Dennis Smith Jr. and a second round pick, whatever. So it was like something that we weren't
Grandma
missing.
cookies.
Yeah, it was something we weren't missing.
Thought that was happening. No,
Yeah, it was like a throwaway move, and then all of a sudden that just propelled us into the run that we had.
It wasn't guaranteed that he was going to be that missing piece. You know what I'm saying? He also excelled. You know what I'm saying, in New York too, and in Tibbs' system.
Completely changed, man. That 3-point shot that he has, man, he didn't have that before.
It's exactly what I'm alluding to, man. So it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to say. It really is. You know, Rose was the perfect freaking piece. What are the odds that we find somebody else that does the exact same thing for us? I don't know. That's why I'm saying it's tough to say right now that that's the position I would take. You know?
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely a different situation now too, because I don't think we're one piece away like that away. You know, like you said, we just need a little bit more time to figure out, just to iron out the little, the Knicks and, nooks and crannies and stuff that's really messed up with the team. We just need a little bit more time to
State,
gel
I
it
know
all together.
State's got something on his mind, man. He's thinking.
Man, he always got something on his mind, man.
I gotta remember what that was.
It's crazy because I'm glad y'all took that angle. I'm so glad y'all took that angle. I disagree with both of y'all.
Yeah.
The answer's not on this team. So even if we do look in the mirror, and I love what you said.
The final answer, because are you talking about like the championship piece?
No.
All right. I'm just trying to see. All right, so we're talking about just a piece right now that would make this team work and take us to the next level.
Yes. So when I hear y'all both talk about Derrick Rose, right? We got Derrick Rose at a point in our season last season. We was under 500, and we was on a losing streak too. So he was that light bulb that turned on and helped the team, got us to the playoffs. I don't see that same light bulb on this current roster right now. Like, not even if Thibodeau was to switch up his rotations and his lineups, I believe that we will still have the same problems that we're trying to mask. The perimeter defense that we have is good now. It's been holding up lately. I like what I've been seeing. Guys have been competing more. Randall is finally jogging back on defense. Thank God, because I got tired of that too. But in a playoff series, when I look at this offense, bro, and I'm looking at our defense, I'm thinking strictly playoffs. I'm not even thinking about for the now. I'm thinking strictly playoffs. I know we're gonna get to the playoffs, and I'm watching.
I hope so.
We gotta make a change.
Man. That's what
I don't think it's guaranteed neither. And what makes me like worry about this team is we play down to our competition. 1, 2. Whenever the tough gets going for this team, or whenever the Knicks feel good about themselves, they revert to Alfred Payton, Reggie Bullock offense. So what I mean by that is give Randall the ball every play. You get what I'm saying? It's that it kills the offense, but it makes Randall look bad because we know he's a better player than what the offense shows us.
But at the same time, like the ball's in Randall's hands, right? And so that means more than just literally it's in his hands. Randall can be a good playmaker. We saw it last year.
He can.
Why is he not? I just don't. I don't know. I don't get what's not clicking, right? I feel like he's not. He's hesitating in so many different respects. He's hesitating to shoot. He's hesitating to move with the ball, and he's hesitating to get rid of the ball. So it's like I don't understand what's stopping him from doing what he did with it last year, right? When he's got the ball, he was moving to open spots. He wasn't just stationary and just backing it up. That's all he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to do something different, right? And as you're drawing a double team, see it. You know the double team's coming. You did this last year. Like Atlanta quadruple teamed you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know when the second guy's coming. Get rid of the ball. And the rest of the guys got to know. We got to move for him. You know, we got to get to a spot that makes it easier for him to pass the ball. You know, it's just that's what's got to happen. So it's like these are all little things, and I feel like there's stuff that can be fixed. And that's why I say I don't think I want to go to a trade just yet. I feel like if we could take the time and really watch the film and make the adjustments, we're fine. You know, I feel like we have talent. Maybe we don't have that piece that really guarantees us a second round shot in the playoffs, because I know you're thinking playoffs. But right now, I'm just concerned with getting this train moving and consistent, so that way we could just then add pieces to make it go faster. You know what I'm saying?
What I think is the problem with Julius Randle is that, last year he was playing with bums. So when you're playing with bums, that gives you the confidence within yourself, to think that, okay, well, I'm better than these guys. It just gives you more confidence.
You're talking about the elite sniper? Yeah,
the elite sniper that he wrote it on the shoe. You saw that state? He wrote elite sniper on his shoe. We're talking about Reggie Bullock.
Yo, you know what that? You see my tweet when I
He
said
clapped
that?
back, right? You seen the clap
No,
back?
he said elite sniper. That gave me running back in the A vibes when he went 34 minutes, 0 points, had me screaming for Frank Ntilikina to play.
Yes, that was a good tweet.
Yeah, but you got bums like that. But if you got Kemba, Kemba is Kemba. So you just that Kemba's there. So it kind of like takes away your edge. Because now you're thinking like, damn man, am I dribbling too much? Should I have given it to Walker? Then you got Fournier. Fournier's a real 3-point shooter. So instead of making that move that you normally would make, now you're thinking about, damn, I got to give Fournier that shot because he's a shooter in the corner. So it just you think so that like you're saying, we just need more time to season this thing, watching more tape. Just having a better game plan, man. We just just a better course of action on how are we going to get the best out of these guys, especially offensively.
The zone D is that, to me, is the biggest piece that we have to figure out, because when we go up against that, it kills our flow. When another team's just playing man, we kill it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we saw the first 6 games. Like, we killed it because we weren't playing against zones. We were playing against man-to-man. People know that now. The Lakers, first quarter, they played man-to-man. We killed it. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they switched the zone, we run into those problems. So it's like we need to figure that out. And to me, all that is we got to keep moving. And if y'all are getting tired, then that's what we got to be doing at practicing is conditioning. You know what I'm saying? It's like these are the things. So we got to figure it out, man. If we go another 5 to 7 to 10 games of the same thing and nothing changes, yeah, something's up. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have to look at changing something. That's for sure. And it's unfortunately not going to be the kids. You know what I'm saying? Just because we know Tibbs is going to tip. He's not going to be throwing, the youth out there. He's going to be trying to get the wins, and he's going to be looking, we have assets. How can we use them? Bring me more weapons. You know what I'm saying? These guys didn't work. Give me somebody else,
So not to be a minutes policeman, but it's absolutely no excuses anymore to me that Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin does not get 20 minutes per game minimum. There's no excuses. It's no Quickly doesn't defend. No, he defends this season. He's actually one of our best perimeter defenders as a guard. Actually,
and do you know why? Anybody that watches him should be able to tell this.
I think because he got stronger. He looks stronger, by the way, but he always had a 6'10" wingspan. So
and he don't stop moving. His feet don't stop moving. His hands don't stop moving. He's a pesky mofo, man. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the game, Bradley, same way, man. He's known to be like that. That's what everybody needs to be doing on defense. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing that kills me about RJ Barrett and Julius Randle is Julius Randle's only mean on offense. He's very polite on defense.
You're right.
RJ Barrett is very polite on defense, and I get annoyed with him when he does it. He's kind of too polite on offense.
He's way too polite on offense, man.
Way too polite.
Man,
and I seen him
finishing these layups, man.
He's not, and I think I was watching either Jonathan Macri, shout outs to Macri, and he had Miss Monica. Miss Monica would be on MSG Network.
Yeah,
and
Monica Monica.
She bees with the team, so she sees behind the scenes. So she said one thing that stuck with me, and ever since she said that, I'm like, I need to start watching RJ Barrett during games to see how mean he is. She said RJ Barrett's too much of a nice guy. He's too much of a nice guy. And
which is crazy because he has that killer.
He does.
He's got that vibe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta. How does he unleash it, man?
You gotta become nasty. You gotta become a mean person. PJ Tucker's nasty.
Not for nothing. I think every single guy on our roster is a bunch of nice guys. We got a bunch of nice guys on the roster. Everybody. Alec Burke is a nice guy. Dirk Rose is a nice guy. Nerlens Noel. All these guys are nice guys.
I think we just broke the key. We figured it out. We need a tough guy, man.
Yeah, we do,
we need Marcus Morris back, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Bring him back. Bring him back. He said he was coming back, right?
Nah, I don't want him back. Listen, man. Wait.
I wish I had a
bring this
baseball
up.
right now. I was slamming at the screen.
Oh God. Him, Mike Miller, Bobby Portis, Mo Harkless, Alfred Payton. I'm good for what they did to Kevin Knox and what we doing.
Oh my God!
Don't. Oh my God! Don't. Oh my God! You know how I feel about that. Don't. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Don't. Matter of fact, you was one of the people. So I could call you out. You was one of the people that said Frank Ntilikina should go to China, and he's in a rotation right now on a good team on the Mavericks. So I want you to keep that same energy when it comes
really
to Kevin
in the
Knox.
rotation. How many minutes is he getting, man?
Oh,
Yo.
nah, not Danny too, man.
Yo, Frank Ntilikina is doing the same thing that he did as a Knick. Doing the same exact thing.
Frank's on his way out, man. He's on his way out. Yo, listen, Kevin Knox, he's still young, right? So he can definitely change. But what's needed for him to change is meaningful minutes, man. And where is he getting that?
Not here, man. I think
Not here.
that's it's
here.
over for him here.
100%. I think it's over from here.
Not
And it is what it is, man. Like, I get it. When we got Knox, right, you ride with your guys. Like, that's how I am. I ride for them. But when you see them go through, and I know I know this hurts, man. But when you see them go through the motions, and I know he didn't get a fair shot, I totally get that. But his time just passed over him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to move on. You know what I mean? Only because we're at a different point. That's all.
Yeah, I got to do this, man. Frank Ntilikina is shooting 30.
Saved by the bell, man. This guy.
Yeah. Yo, Frank Ntilikina is shooting 36% from the field, man. You know what I'm saying? How many rebounds? 1.9 rebounds, 1.5 assists. You know, he's still not averaging a steal. He's not averaging a block. This is 14 minutes. He's not getting a lot of minutes.
No, but that's decent. I thought he was going to be getting less than that.
Listen. Let's be real. Because y'all killing my boy. When I looked at Frank Ntilikina, I knew he was a role player. Danny, Diehard, I know he's a role player. But role players help you win championships. So I'm about to say some blasphemous things right now.
Star players help you win championships.
So listen. No, you listen here, John Starks, 2 for 18. You listen here, right? So don't laugh, OG. Don't laugh, man. I ain't mean to bring up John Starks, man. My fault.
Bro, I'm dying. Oh man.
Oh God.
Yo, I gotta be out in like 5 minutes.
Nah. Anytime. I'm about to be out too. I just wanted to say that the thing that I disliked about Kevin Knox is I seen the talent. We seen him average 13 points his rookie year. Like, we seen it. I just didn't like the fact that MSG politics ruled out. We just came off of a 17-win season, and you had James Dolan hearing fans tell him sell the team multiple times. So of course we're going to switch course. Of course. And my only gripe about it is I didn't want MPJ. He's back. He's out for another season. Thank God we drafted Kevin Knox. But you could have at least got us Miles Bridges. At least.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Listen, Knox, there's just a few things, man. I just feel like he's also way too polite, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he had RJ's killer instinct, he would be a whole different player. You know
if
what
he
I
had
mean?
my killer instinct, he would be a bit a different player. Man.
I always try to leave myself out of it, man, because like I know how I play, and I'm balls to the walls from the second I'm on till I'm puking, like straight up. And I ain't even kidding. Like, anybody that knows me knows that. Like, that's just how I go. So I try to stay away from that because nobody really knows about me like that. You know what I'm saying? But so I relate to other players. Like, but RJ, you see when he turns it on. You know what I'm saying? If Knox had that, man, he'd be golden, bro, because you'd see him driving like freaking KD to the hoop nonstop.
Summer League.
Yeah, man. He had the length, man. He really did. He's got the body. He just doesn't have the mentality, and it sucks, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We on to the news. Time to win.
So, yeah, man, we got Phoenix coming to the house on Friday.
Oh.
That should be a good game.
Yeah. Are either of you guys going?
I'm doing an 18-hour shift, brother.
I knew you were going to say that. I'm working a couple things.
Yeah, I feel like I want to go to every single game. I look at tickets for every single game, and I always try to figure
Yeah,
out a way to like incorporate it into my life. But
yeah, yeah.
man, we'll see, man. One of these games.
No doubt.
Fe-
I'll,
yeah.
I'll be in
What?
the building, so hopefully I can pull us out a win.
Okay. So let's get some
Yeah,
closing
man.
thoughts, man. Since you're on your way out, what's some closing thoughts you want to throw out there for the Knicks? Anything you're thinking about?
Man, I wanna, I definitely want to rewatch that first quarter because they did everything right in that
Yeah,
first
I
quarter.
got to rewatch it too.
They did
For sure.
everything right, and I know the Lakers aren't the best team, but the Lakers are still a decent team, and we still went through the motions. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see. What I also want to see is that second quarter again, and where that that. Geez, man, that momentum shifted. You know what I'm saying? Momentum. I want to see where the momentum shifted. And I want to focus on that because if we could figure out what we were doing wrong, it's just general analyzing. You know what I'm saying? You could switch the person out, any one of them, because we have such a plug and play team. You know, that's why it's so difficult. We have so many different pieces. So there's so many different chances of different guys going off. And we know the combinations that Tibbs likes. So when certain guys go off and they don't fit the combinations that he likes, they don't go back on. You know what I mean? But I just think that we got to pull it together, man. I feel like Knicks Nation loses faith quick. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's not time
Yeah, you
yet,
should
man.
raise your hand.
It's
State.
not time, man. State,
Uh,
I'm glad that you said this, man, because right before, first of all, I know I talk way too much, so you guys could cut me off whenever you want. But
Nah,
what
go
I was
ahead.
saying earlier when I was rambling was I wanted to ask you guys, at what point last season do you think that things changed for us? And State, I know you mentioned earlier, like you fully believe it was when Rose came, but I wanted to ask you, Eru, like, do you see anything different? Do you think it was before that, after that? Like, I feel like things started to change right before Rose came. And when Rose came, it was just like, the icing on the top, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's served on a platter, like, you know,
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like we were just trying to find ourselves, and then once Rose came in there, it was as if we just put the whipped cream on there and just went crazy. But
right.
on the flip side too, man, like how we started to lose the momentum, like leading into the playoffs, because
Mhm.
I feel like the coaching staff, everybody was a little bit too, head was a little swelled up because I think we thought we were a little bit better than we were. So what I think changed that was the whole Elford thing, and what changed that was us fans, man. I think us fans, trolling him on Twitter.
It's so
Him with
big, man.
yeah, him with the burner accounts and this, that, and the other, his family,
Yeah, bro.
getting involved and stuff. I think
Knicks
all of
fan
that,
6'3".
yeah, and then add on the whole, fuck Trey Young stuff, and stuff. It was just bad karma and stuff like that. That just kind of
Hundred
messed us up
percent
there.
right, bro. It was all bad energy, bro.
Damn,
And the
damn,
Yeah,
fuck
Paul,
Trey Young
bad juju.
backfired
yeah,
so bad because that guy, he's like, I don't even know what you would call him, but he harnesses bad energy, man. And that guy, Trey Young, he's good, man. He can turn that bad energy for himself, and he took off. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to do touch on, man, before we go is that 100%, man. That's a great way to end this. Is that basketball players, including the Knicks, man, they're real people. You know what I'm saying? Just like me and you. Their job is just to play. So after the game, at the end of the night, yeah, they're in the gym playing and everything. But once they're done, man, you don't think they're gonna Google their names? They're gonna go on Twitter and search their names and see what people are saying? Of course, man. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? 100%, 1,000%, bro. So I'm saying when you see that much hate, bro, that much hate, that's tough to
Damn,
take, man. Like,
they
dude,
yeah,
make
we
me feel
killed
bad,
EP.
man.
We killed EP. You know what I'm saying? And some of it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? I understand holding him accountable for how he's playing, but once you go outside of basketball, like that's a wrap, you know?
yeah.
So that's all, man.
You
People's
can't
people's
defend him
people.
all the way. He said
No,
something
no,
bad
no.
about Derrick Rose. Like we ain't forget about we ain't forget about that. We ain't forget about
I'm with
that.
you, bro. I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just trying to say, like,
But
at the end of the day, people are people, and they
yes,
definitely do see the stuff that we talk about as, cumulative. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Everybody together, like, they see all of that. So it's like, yeah, we can hate, you know what I'm saying? And we can't control everybody, but we should try to at least spread positive energy for that reason alone, because it does stick with the team, man. You know what I'm saying? And why bring them down? We only want to lift them up.
Yeah. That's one thing I always say too, man. We do have that power. The power of the word is so strong. We really don't understand it until stuff start happening. So people really need to I say people, but State is the main one, man. You be going crazy sometimes, man.
There's a lot of people out there, man, to be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? And some people like that we don't even see. Knicks Twitter is huge, you know what I'm saying? And even though we have so many followers or whatever, there's so many more people that there's other corners that we don't even see, man. So it's funny, man. Sometimes my timeline will be crazy. I know State, you see a lot of what I see, because I feel like the days that you say things, I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing that. But then I'll be talking to other guys like DP, and he'll be like, man, I don't know what Twitter you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? So it's
it's different.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it just comes about, respect, really, right? We don't got to go crazy and kill these guys. At the end of the day, they play for the team that we root for. So it is what it is. Like I said, hold them accountable all day, but you know what I'm saying, I don't want to go overboard with it.
I only got one thing, man. May your disrespect be as loud as your apologies are.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing I'll give you credit for, man.
Always. I got to.
Yeah.
I got to.
Real,
because
bro.
I can't get on people the way I can't really bash you the way I want to bash you unless I give you props and show you love when you play well. So you see I haven't wrote Alex Burks got us in about 5 games, right? Because that man's been playing well. I want to win at the end of the day. I want to win championships at the end of the day.
Yo, Fournier's going to be the next one, bro. I'm telling you, you're going to be about Fournier soon.
Listen.
Yo, he's good, bro. He's good.
He is.
Once he finds his role and only plays to his role and doesn't do too much more, and everybody else is settled, he's gonna be fine, bro. He's a great complementary piece.
I think his issue. I think him and RJ's tied together. When Evan Fournier figure out his role, that's when it's easier for RJ to figure out his role.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
him and RJ, man. I said that in the morning drive the other day. The last couple of games, I didn't see much of it tonight, but the last couple games before it, him and Fournier definitely looked good. You know what I'm saying? RJ was finding Evan a couple of times, and I liked a lot of their give and goes. So hopefully that grows.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, Danny, you got to get up out of here, man. I know State got to get out of here too.
Say that, man. Dude, yo, I appreciate you guys having me for sure. Eru, always a pleasure, man. We definitely got to get up soon.
Yeah, it's long overdue, man.
Nation, we out, man. At least we end on a dub, right?
Yes, sir. We better have. You would have seen me in here, man.
It would have been a different hour, bro.
Man, this would have been a therapy session, man.
You've been laying on that stretcher behind you.
Dude, I appreciate you guys. Be good. I'll definitely see you soon. Later.
Yeah. All right, then. Yeah, man. Diehard, man. That was a good one, man. I said everything I wanted to say. I like what Danny said, though. He made me feel bad. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tone it down with the Julius Randle stuff. Because when you're getting older and people hit you with it, when the older folk hit you with they're human too. They're not just objects. Then you got come on, man. So it's tough when you're a Knicks fan and you just want to win so bad, bro. You want to win so bad. So
I'm right there with you, man. I think we all there together, man. We love the team so much. I sat next to you for game 1, man. So I could feel the energy. My man Cornerstone behind me screaming and cursing and stuff. So we all in this together, man. So eventually I think we're all gonna be celebrating too, man. So.
Oh, we will. What is the next game? Hold on. We got a couple goodies coming up too. I like a couple of these games that we got coming up.
Yeah, Phoenix we got the Nets coming up on the 30th. The Hawks. I forgot about the Hawks.
That's personal. I don't even care about the 2 games you just said. That Hawks game personal. That's very personal. That because we was embarrassed by them in the playoffs. I felt embarrassed by that performance.
Yeah, and we're gonna be in Atlanta too, man, on the 27th. So that's gonna be a big one.
I hope Kaden don't go on Twitter and see what people be saying about his dad because
yo, this is his generation, man. So soon, man, because how old is he? Like 5 or something, 5 or 6.
He's 6'7". He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a big boy. But he'll be there sooner or later, man.
Hopefully, man. So, Diehard, man, I'll speak to you after the next game. What's the next game again?
After Thanksgiving, it's on Friday. We play the Phoenix. So happy Thanksgiving, man. We didn't even say that. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, wait, what you eating for Thanksgiving before we get out of here? I know we got a little 2 minutes extra, man. What you eating for Thanksgiving, brother?
I'm vegetarian, man. So I'm gonna be eating. I got my tofu this, tofu that.
You vegetarian? You can still eat the mac and cheese though. You can still.
Well, you see my stomach, man. You know I eat a lot of mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cake, a lot of pies and all that shit, man. So yeah,
Man,
that's one thing, man. After all this holiday stuff, man, I'm gonna get myself together and get myself back into shape. It's like way too, it's going out of control right now.
Oh man, I don't blame you, man. I only do the macaroni with the turkey pieces, man. That's the only thing I'm doing. Everything else, I can't do. I can't do the stuffing. I don't want your stuffing. I don't want I might want some cabbage. I don't really want collard greens like that. I don't want the potato salad and just turkey. Nah, I'm good.
All right, man. All right, Mr. State, man. Get home safe and all that. And
yes, sir, man. Shout outs to Nick Nation, man. We appreciate y'all. I'm sorry we didn't really pay attention to the chat, but we see y'all always tuning in, man. We appreciate y'all. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, whoever's listening to this in the audio version. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. God bless all of you guys. God bless you, Diehard. I appreciate you. I'm out of here. Peace, man. Diehard state of mind. Y'all know what time it is.
we out.